This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. See, this is the stuff that I was trying to tell you guys, man. Pandering is like keeping up appearances. You know what I'm saying? You know how celebrities, they got to keep up appearances? And when they keep up appearances, it's not really who they are. It's not reality. It's not basically what we would say everyday affair. It's just basically them giving a facade. That's what a pandering narrative is. It's giving a facade and keeping up appearances. Those who fall for pandering narratives are dodo heads. Let me say that again. Those who fall for pandering narratives are dodo heads. They don't know better. These are people that can't think deeply. These are people of what we call brain full of mush and brainwashed followers. Because listen, who's under the red carpet and who's under the silver lining today? It's Terence Crawford. This man had the audacity and the nerve to tell Max Kellerman that the way that I fight Mean Machine is not going to be the way that I fight Errol Spence. Now that would have sounded cute, or would have sounded interesting or good if the reality was that you can switch your styles up and you can fight people differently. Terence Crawford has not fought fighters differently. He's fought them all the same. And the same is, hit me, I'ma hit you back. Hit me, I'ma hit you back. Hit me, I'ma hit you back. Terence Crawford is too much of a dog for his own kind. That's the truth of the fact of the matter. And if folks are being real with themselves and using what we call the true boxing eye test, they can see this for what it is. Terence Crawford got exposed in the Mean Machine fight because Mean Machine proved that as long as you're heavy-handed and as long as you can be able to move laterally and as long as you can be able to get trade-offs on Terence Crawford, you can hurt him. Gamboa, Eucurious Gamboa was the first one to put us on notice. When he made Terence Crawford's leg go, he made that thing go straight. And then Terence Crawford had to switch up the style because Terence Crawford knew he was hurt. He was almost put out like a wounded animal. That's why you saw Gervonta Tank Davis even diss Terence Crawford and said, I'm not going to make the same mistakes that Terence Crawford made. Because Gervonta Tank Davis as a boxer understands there's just certain mistakes you don't make. Terence Crawford is not a disciplined fighter. I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys this, man. He takes discipline and he takes what we call being fundamentally and technically sound, because I believe there is elements of that in his arsenal, and he throws it out the damn door off of the strength of, I gotta prove that I'm more of a dog. That's that Tommy Hitman Hearns approach. Tommy Hitman Hearns did the same thing, and Marvelous Hagler was like, I'm gonna show you today who's more of a dog, because it's about moderation. When you're a body snatcher, the way that Marvelous Hagler was, and when you're a body snatching work, you know what I'm saying, 2.0, the way Errol the True Spence is, you punish people and you stop them via the body. It's a body assault. Body shots are not something people can't stop, especially when you know how to technically place your punches. Let me say it again. Body shots is something people can't stop, especially when you know how to technically place your punches. So how is Terence Crawford going to stop Errol the True Spence body shot? Mean Machine is nowhere near the boxer that Errol the True Spence is. Did he get 7 national championships? Did he get multiple Golden Gloves? Is he as accomplished in the Olympics as Errol the True Spence? This is the stuff that I'm talking about, man. You dodo heads, you brain full of mush and you brainwash followers. You guys got to see the truth behind this. If Terence Crawford tries to go on his bicycle, Errol the True Spence gonna cut the ring off and punish his ass. If Terence Crawford tries to do hit me, I'ma hit you back, Errol the True Spence is going to punish his ass. Either way, he's getting punished. There's just no two ways around that, man. That's why Errol the True Spence told his ass to his face, you too light on your ass, I will straight up stop. Let me say it again. You too light on your ass, I will straight up stop you. It's because he meant it in every sense of the vernacular that he will stop Terence Crawford. So Terence Crawford is basically a chihuahua barking behind the fence. Let me say it again. He's a continual chihuahua barking behind the fence. Because what do chihuahuas do when they bark behind the fence? When they feel threatened. When they feel that the walls are closing in on them. Just like pandering narratives. When they hit that ceiling cap. Because once you hit that ceiling cap, pandering narratives, chihuahuas, once they hit and the walls come closing down on them, they do what they do in the biggest form of insecurity, which is what? They bark like freaking chihuahuas, man. And pandering narratives, once it hits a ceiling cap, it has to come tumbling down. Because what people have to understand is Terence Crawford has fought the same way every fight. He needs to be real with himself. Let me say it again. Terence Crawford has fought the same way in every fight. How are you going to fight that way against Errol the True Spence and think you're going to have success? This is why he got touched up the way he did against Jose Benavidez. You think it was because he was fighting differently? No. He was trying to do the hit me, I'm going to hit you back thing. That stuff does not work. That's why that Sean Porter that fought Errol the True Spence would have exposed him. This is why Bob Arum knows this and why he's hide Terence Crawford and put his ass in witness protection and AWOL status. Because he knows Terence Crawford has nowhere near the exposure for him to be around the upper echelon of the welterweight division. People are getting on PBC fighters, and people are getting on the PBC brand because PBC has the best fighters. Let me say it again. People are getting on PBC fighters, and they're getting on the PBC brand because they have the best fighters. But what did I tell you about the reverse bias detractors, aka panderers? Let me say it again. What did I say about the reverse bias detractors, aka panderers? They're what's wrong with the sport of boxing, because they want you to pick and choose. If you're about, let's just keep it boxing, which is an archaic viewpoint in how to see boxing, then you should be about all fighters. You know, the sport doesn't have a problem with other fighters. I just know who's the best. Because my vernacular is, when you're rocking with the best, you don't settle for the rest. Let me say it again. When you're rocking with the best, you don't settle for the rest. Let me say it again for the number 3 of confirmation. When you're rocking with the best, you don't settle for the rest. You don't got time to settle for the rest when you're rocking with the best. I.e., when you're rocking with the big fish, you don't settle for crawfish. It's really that simple, folks. I keeps the foot on the what? On the necks. I keeps the foot on the what? On the necks of these Rudy Poo and these plum brain ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. We kick the ultra fanboy rhetoric out the damn door, man. Terence Crawford, stop deluding yourself. Because when you fight Errol the True Spence, it's going to be Hagler versus Hearns 2. It's really that simple, folks. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.